Hi, it's Michael Mclearen again, and today I'll be discussing divorce and why some people shouldn't get married in the first place. The sad thing is that almost everyone in our country has been affected by a divorce in some form or fashion, whether it be them getting a divorce, their parents getting a divorce, or someone that is close to them getting a divorce, and then emotionally, physically, any way they can, helping that person through it. It's a tough time that they have to go through. Personally, I've seen 3 failed marriages, and there are more reasons, or there are many reasons why marriages fail, but arguably the top reason is lack of communication followed by sexual infidelity. That all kind of goes off where you look as to whether or not it's the top reason or not. But most unfortunately, 54% of experts agree that only 17% of marriages are happy. Now this also goes on with your definition of happy, what you see happy as being, and how you make yourself happy. And a whopping 80% say that cold feet, which is where bride and or groom are like kind of nervous about getting married. They don't really want to go through with it. That really affects them later on in their marriage because they keep having those thoughts about that, and it comes back upon them, and it can ruin a marriage. And 74% of experts say that the number one predictor of divorce is differing values around kids, money, and or sex. Which really, differing values around kids, like, you should know what your partner can accept around kids and all that before you even get married. These are reasons why people really need to look into how them and their partner are compatible before getting married. And it's ridiculous. And top 20 reasons for divorces failing are for marriages failing is for new marriages. Is number 1, you think you're too good for the person. You need to figure that out beforehand. Number 2, you feel constrained. You're gonna feel constrained just in the relationship. You don't need to let that hit you then. Number 3, lack of communication, arguable, being number 1. Number 4, expectations from each other. Number 5, difference in cultural backgrounds, which if that's going to affect you, you don't need to be dating anyway. Number 6, your spouse doesn't understand your needs or wants. That's kind of selfish right there. Number 7, a sudden change in lifestyle. Number 8, trust issues, which you should really be able to trust your spouse before you get married anyway. Number 9, jealousy and insecurity. You don't need to be jealous about your relationship. You're already married. As long as they don't cheat, that's all that matters. Number 10, incompatible personalities. That's really going to affect you beforehand anyway. You should be able to figure all those things out before getting married. And the top 10 reasons for divorce in seasoned marriages is number 1, infidelity. It's understandable that would cause a lot of people to get divorced. Number 2, money, financial instabilities, stuff like that. Number 3, abusive or controlling relationships. You're going to figure that out before you get married. Number 4, your priorities change. I don't understand that one. You should be in there for a lifetime of consistent relationship. Number 5, emotional affairs. That's just where your partner's not there for you emotionally or anything. Number 6, different sexual interests. You should have that figured out by the time your relationship is considered seasoned. Your spouse doesn't excite you is number 7. That person should be able to excite you your whole life. Number 8, there's more to life than this. You don't need to feel that way anyway. Number 9, friends who are bad for a marriage. That kind of goes back on number 8. You see them living their life single. It looks great. You want to join them. Number 10, addiction. My best friend's parents don't get along too good. because his dad's an alcoholic and it can really affect a relationship. God watched it pretty bad. And these are just all good reasons as to why you shouldn't get married in the first place. Like, if you have issues with someone drinking, then you don't need to marry them. Like, you either need to talk to them and get them to stop, or not even stop, really just cut down on them. Because, I mean, everybody should be allowed to do whatever they want. But, look, you shouldn't marry that person if you have a big issue with that. Like, seriously, that's one of the major issues you don't. And a quote I'd like to just put in here: divorce doesn't happen by accident. It builds up slowly when people overlook the things that matter most. That's by Elizabeth Taylor. Not sure who she is. Found it with my top 20 reasons for divorces. And these are just ridiculous. 50% of first-time marriages fail. That's a lot. 67% of second-time marriages fail. That's quite a few. And 74 third-time marriages fail. That's one of those things you should have figured out by then. By your third marriage, you should know what you look for in your spouse. Thank you again, Michael McLaren. Don't marry the person. If you ever think you can get a divorce, just you're going to have to either live through it or you're going to have to fight for that relationship as hard as possible. Or just don't get married. Thank you again. Bye.